Hey everybody, Jim Powers with MaryvilleSaints.com and Saints Vision as we catch up once again on our Saints Spotlight with some great student athletes here at Maryville University. And it's really cool that our cross-country teams are going to open up competition on Friday, one of three meets that they'll be participating in. And had to get one of the veterans of the crew joining us here from the men's cross-country team, Nate Montemayor. And Nate, thanks so much for the time. How's everybody doing? How's your first couple weeks back in classes and different things gone for you?
Class has been going well. I've been pretty much staying on Zoom just to limit my exposure. And it's easier that way. Instead of driving to campus, I just get to do my thing. Team's looking well. First couple weeks have been going well. Back training together, which has been nice. Kind of half and half of us train together. Looking forward to this Friday, this competition. Just a try meet between Lindenwood, UMSL, and us. And it'll be a fun meet to see how it turns out, how these protocols work out. Still excited for all that. Still excited to race and get back into it. It's been, like 8 months since my last race or whatever, with it all being cut short. So it's definitely exciting, definitely some nerves, even though it's crazy that you call me a veteran because it feels like I just started here not too long ago. Summer's been going well and training's been going well for the team as a whole.
You mentioned that you're still doing, a lot of your studying and all that from home. And the one question and the one comment I've heard from a lot of our student athletes, even last spring and all summer long, and even now, is how well Maryville was prepared for something like this for our students, for our staff and faculty to be able to pivot and go to a virtual setting. Talk a little bit about your experience with that and how it's gone for you as a student athlete.
Yeah, as a whole, I think Maryville is probably one of the better universities in that, with us being, those nationwide commercials you always see about online. I feel like Maryville was definitely prepared for that online setting, which is super nice that they had those accommodations for us. I mean, I get it. A lot of people are frustrated. I was one of them with it all. I mean, but at the end of the day, you got to look at it, and nobody wanted this. Everybody's in the same boat. So, I mean, it's nice to see that everybody was accommodated in the best way that I believe Maryville could do. With, given the circumstances, everything's awesome right now. So I will say Maryville did an awesome job there.
The one thing that you as a distance runner were able to do probably during quarantine and when everything was shut down back in the spring and then all summer long was you could at least go out and run and stay socially distanced, and stuff like that. So talk a little bit about some of the things that you did this summer to, stay in shape and stay prepared for this coming season.
Yeah. So start of the quarantine off season, it was going good. When it all hit, it was definitely disappointing because I was definitely in the best shape I've ever been in my life. Definitely Coach Santa for training our team and taking us to a whole new level, and then we got hit by it. So it was a little disappointing, but kept training. I ended up going back home, and I actually experienced some injury this summer with my knee. Coming on my way back from that, so I am racing this Friday. So it's good enough that I can run on it, good enough that I can put it under that load. But every once in a while, it just likes to mess up on me. But something we're working through, trying to stay healthy, get it back to full strength, get it back to 100%, which we're not quite there yet. But this summer I did a lot of training. I went home, which is New Mexico, to get that elevation in. Also headed over to Flagstaff, Arizona, which is a super popular running culture location. It's high in elevation, just trails as far as you want to go. So I was there in Flagstaff training, and then I was like battling with the injury then, and then it really messed up after that, and I was done for a little bit, and I didn't come back until I didn't start training until since we were allowed to start on campus. Was my first day back training from the injury. But I've been working with our trainers. Scott's been doing a great job with me, letting me know like what I can and what I can't do, how to look at it, what to do to strengthen, and maybe like mitigate the pain, because that's really what it is right now. It's just pain management, um, and not pushing it past that pain, because past that pain is where the damage happens. And so he's like, as long as you're not experiencing pain, damage isn't happening, so you should be fine. And we've been doing a real good job with that. So, I mean, I feel like I didn't lose much fitness. I don't feel like it's just more of a, you know, running is very mental. So I feel like, still got to get back into that part of it. But definitely fitness is there. Workout's been going great. Team's been looking fire. So we're ready to do some work this Friday.
Absolutely. And so this Friday, a tri meet, it's one of three meets that the GLVC and the schools have come up with. And I know that, everybody's looking at different things and the protocols and all that stuff. But, the great thing is you guys are going to be able to run and compete for a championship this fall. Talk a little bit about the protocols and some of the differences we're going to see with the tri meet on Friday at McNair Park, and then the meet up at Principia in a couple weeks, and then the GLVC championships.
Yeah, so to my understanding, some of the different protocols are like, I know for sure there's no spectators, which is kind of disappointing. We always like to see those faces in the crowd. But we know that we have that support. I mean, being cross country, we're typically a lower spectator sport, no really huge turnout, so we're a little used to it. But it's still nice to every once in a while, see friends, family there. But like, we're not going to get to see them there. I know athletes are being tested at a higher rate, to help, make sure everybody's staying safe, nobody's been in contact. And I know for sure that we at Maryville, we have our men's team split up into two groups. So if one group is, compromised, our other group is still, good to go, and we don't have to forfeit a meet. And which is super nice, because I mean, that'd be, tough to not be able to compete in a conference meet because your team got wiped out by even if nobody on the team tests positive, but you get one of those like, oh, you were in close contact with someone, so you got to quarantine for 14 days. Because we have a guy on the track team doing that thing right now. I guess they contact traced him, and he's, so it's nice to know that we're doing everything we can, thinking of all the little things that we're over preparing. So it's nice. And these other meets coming up are definitely going to look good. And it's honestly awesome that we get to compete for a championship, because that's what it's all about. It's about winning. Like that's what it's about at the end of the day. It's about, competing at that high level. There's nothing like it. Like, as much as, we all deep down love the sport of running just in itself, just running, not even competitively, that competitive part of it, and competing for that championship. And, we've been really focusing this with this whole new coaching staff that we've recently brought in over the last couple of years of having a winning culture, and just, changing what people think of Maryville when they think athletics. Because I mean, I know everybody knows Maryville for how great of a academic school we are. I mean, I run into people every day that, see this M on my chest and like, wow, you go to Maryville. Like, I love Maryville. Like, I was there. Or like, I know people that go to Maryville. Or I've literally had people give me business cards, tell me like, look, when you graduate, like, give us a call. Like, you got a degree from Maryville. So like, so if we can change that, the way they view athletics, like, that'd be great. I mean, I think we're already on the rise with some of our sports, but it'd be nice to get our running team, our track and cross country into that talk too. Because I feel like we're one of the sports that kind of goes under the radar all the time. Not that other sports aren't under the radar, but I mean, we have some great teams out here, great athletes that compete and work hard every day. And we're just here to, make that winning culture, make Maryville known for being, great at sports. Because I see our athletes working hard every day, and it's something we need to be recognized for.
You had mentioned too, and I had heard this in some of our meetings, that the conference actually reached out to some of the student athletes, some of the cross country runners, to get their input on some of the different things. And personally, I think that's great that they took some of the stuff and actually took the time to talk to the student athletes and pick your guys' brains about this.
Yeah. So that was through a Zoom meeting, and unfortunately, it was at capacity and I wasn't able to get in. So I know for sure they did have that meeting, but unfortunately I wasn't a part of it because I think there's only 100 spots for the entire conference. It's Zoom limitations, whatever. So yeah, I know for sure they did listen to athletes' voices and let the athletes express their concerns and their questions, which is awesome. Awesome by the GLVC. I'm glad to see that we are one of the conferences being able to compete for a championship, because that's pretty nice. Like I said, that's what we train for. That's what we've been doing for the past 4 years, you know. So it's super nice to be able to do that.
Awesome stuff, man. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on Friday up at McNair Park as you get the first meet underway. It's going to be exciting just to see our student athletes getting out there and doing what they love to do. So good luck this weekend. And I know we'll definitely be catching up before the regional meet and before the GLVC championship in October. Thanks, man.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. Go Saints.
Absolutely. Nate Montemayor joins us, and one of our great cross-country athletes. Once again, it'll be Friday at McNair Park in St. Charles. Now, once again, there will be no fans. You'll have to follow us online, and also on MaryvilleSaints.com. We'll have all the results posted for you as soon as the meets are over with for our men's and women's cross-country team as they get to start their season on Friday. For Nate, I'm Jim Powers. Thanks so much for tuning in to MaryvilleSaints.com and Saints Vision. Have a great week, and as always, go Saints.